You're not bored. You just haven't discovered your purpose yet. A lot of people think, man, I'm bored, so hey, let me go doom scroll. And don't get me wrong, I do the same thing, right? Like I scroll way too much on TikTok, Instagram. Lately, it's been X, right? Like I love like reading, just like the real time data, right? You get access to people's thoughts on like something that's going on in real time, right? See, I'm getting too excited thinking about it. It's the dopamine going off. But it's not because we're bored. It's because we're not actively working towards our purpose. See, there's a difference between a career, a job, and a purpose. A career, job, those things end with time, right? It's like, hey, you work 25 years at the police station, you retire, and you live off your retirement. But with a purpose, it was in you from the beginning, and it dies with you, right? A purpose is not necessarily about reaching a certain milestone, but it's about being all that you're created to be. I think about this for a second. I heard this famous preacher say this once. He goes, the best way to know your purpose or know the purpose of a product is to read the manual. Now, a lot of you guys are saying, man, okay, I want to know what my purpose is. Yes, I would rather be working towards my purpose rather than doom scrolling. But how do I get to know my purpose? How do I discover it on a very practical note? Well, then you have to read the manual. And just as Apple products have manuals, Sony products have manuals, Bose, Beats, any top tier products, Rode, for example, I'm using a Rode mic, they all have manuals, right? And inside of those manuals, it comes with direction for how you open the product, how you operate the product, how you take care of the product, uh, what you can expose the product to, and what you can't expose the product to. Well, what if I told you that there was a manual for you in my life, and that manual was called the Bible? But the problem is, in today's society, we've kind of made that, what's the best word I can look for? Um, Intolerable. We've made it a disdain, right? Like there's some people who live in certain parts of the world where you can't even mention God out loud in a public park like where I am, right? There's literally places in the world where they will kill you for that, right? And sadly, we've taken on microcosms of that perspective, micro examples of that, right? Where like you get canceled in certain societies, you get chastised, right? Like for speaking about it. But what if I told you, man, it was as simple as picking up the Bible and figuring out your purpose, discovering your purpose. The Bible, when I was younger, my grandfather, he would always say that the Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving earth. And it's always stuck with me. Basic instructions before leaving earth. Man, what about, how I should spend my time? I guarantee you there's literally examples in the Bible for that. Man, how should I eat? There's literally examples in the Bible for that. But man, like, should I go in full-time ministry or should I like go start a business? I guarantee you there's something in that word for you. I think one of the biggest things that keeps us from reading the manual is the same thing that happens with any other product. We go, oh man, I know this. We go, oh man, this is super, familiar. I have an idea, right? We get caught up in our own ideas, our own intent, our own visions, right? Oh man, here's a table, right? It comes with the different parts. It comes with the little screws and the driver and all that. But we go, we don't need the manual. We'll figure it out. And oftentimes than not, we spend so much time wasting time that could have been used for enjoying that table. We we spend so much time wasting time for using the table as it was intended to by the manufacturer. And the same thing happens with life. We spend so much time guessing, should I take this job? Should I take that career path? Without ever checking in with the manufacturer. And what's so cool, man, about life is that we all have a direct line to the manufacturer. Like, imagine if Steve Jobs was still here and you had questions about Apple products and you could call him and be like, yo, Steve, like, how do I use this? How do I go about making this, applicable to me? You can't do that, right? There's probably very few top tier organizations where you can do that, except in the kingdom of heaven, where you can pick up a direct line to our Heavenly Father. And I'm sweating a lot right now, but you can pick up a direct line to the Heavenly Father and you can get consejos, or as we say in English, advice about anything you want. God, why am I here? Why am I here? What's my purpose? You can literally sit down with our Heavenly Father and answer the deepest, most intrinsic questions that you might have. So yeah, I'm just asking you to put down the phone and find out why you're here. That's all.